Hey guys, how you doing? Dave here. We're just kind of doing an experiment with this live thing, so I hope you tune in, and it's just a kind of a Q&A type of thing. So if you have any questions or anything you want to know about cooking or about the channel, just let us know, and I'll answer as best as I can. So what I'll have to do is put on my glasses here just to see what's going on. So I'm just going to lag a few minutes here just to wait and see, kind of who tunes in and what happens. And I know this whole thing kind of came unannounced, so like I say, it's kind of an experiment type of thing, so we'll just see here. So I'll just sit and wait and see who tunes in. Now I'm kind of hoping the people that tune in, the questions come up at the side of the screen or somewhere on the screen. Oh, we got a comment here. Hey Byron, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, you make a lot of great comments, Byron, and ask a lot of good questions, and I really appreciate them. So thanks so much. Did you ever use that gift certificate we had from Amazon, and how did that work out? I'm just reading the comments from the other iPad here. Seems like I've got somewhat of a poor connection here. I'm not sure what's going on. Hey Cody C, how you doing? Thanks for the comment. Whereabouts you from? Oh, that's great, Byron. Arizona, wonderful state. Uh, I'm just reading comments here, guys. Maria, how are ya? Great. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. Fantastic. Hey, how you doing? Oh, sorry, Byron, Wisconsin. I get mixed up with the comments sometimes. Yeah, so Wisconsin, I was there last summer and drove through there. Wonderful state. Went through there into the Sioux. So yeah, we had a great time. Hey, Suzanne, love you too. How you doing? I'm just reading comments over here on the other iPad. Yeah, Maria. Yeah, we just love uploading. We're trying to do more a week, but it's hard. So we started with three, and now we're backing off to two. So I don't know. You guys got to let me know what you really want. Whether you want more uploads, whether you want less uploads. Let us know. You know what kind of food you want us to cook, stuff like that. And yeah, Sophia, we'll definitely put that on our list for sure. That sounds so yummy. Like I say, this is an experiment, so I'm pretty new at this. So you have to bear with me. I'm trying to keep up with all these comments. But this is kind of fun, isn't it, guys? Okay, let me read some more comments. Hey, Nicole, happy holidays to you too. Hey, Kathy, where is NC? I'm just wondering where that is. Would that be, I don't know, I'm not all that familiar with the terms. Hey, Sabs, you're hungry? Me too. So what's cooking? Everything's cooking. Yeah, Byron, you mentioned the Cajun fried chimp years ago. We're going to have to do that. We're just going to have to get around to it. We've got a lot of requests and a lot of stuff going on here, but we'll definitely. I love Cajun food. Just so yummy. Hey, Gracie, thanks again. Your recipes are yummy. Well, we try to make them as yummy as we possibly can. You know what I mean? Hey, John. What does Scuffy mean? North Carolina. What a great state. I'm curious to know, what do you guys think about the situation down there? That's interesting. Hey, Sabs. Sabs is asking about you cook. I eat deal. Yeah. I'm going to ask you guys right now, what is your favorite food? No, like I said before, what would you like to see us cook? Sorry for the glasses, but. Yeah, somebody said, I love your recipe because they're so simple. And that's what we try to do. We try to keep the basic recipe. And you can add to all our recipes, but we try to keep them as basic as we possibly can. And, it's just a base. So, if we add garlic and ginger, you can add, paprika, whatever you like to add. But we try to keep them basic. And they're still, in my opinion, yummy. Oh, Maria, you mentioned Mexican food. I love Mexican food. Let me tell you guys a story. I spent, a month in Mexico wandering around Mexico City, a place called Supalita. Ate all kinds of wonderful Mexican food. I spent a year in Central America. Just some wonderful Central American food. So the food down there is just fantastic. So yeah, we'll try and do some more Mexican food, definitely. Let me just check some more comments here. Edinburgh. Somebody said hi from Edinburgh, Scotland. And it's so funny because I was there several years ago. It had to be 15 years ago. And here's another story. Go to England, drive up the M1, and you guys from the UK must know that. Spent some time in Edinburgh, and it rained for 15 days. So I rented a car, dropped it off in Edinburgh, got on a bus, and said to the girl at the bus station, she said, "Where do you want to go?" I said, "Anywhere it was not raining." She said, "Go to Spain." Got on a bus for however long it was, got to Spain, and lo and behold, it was still raining. But it did dry up the next day. So let me check some more here. Ah, delicious. Thanks so much, Suzanne. So let me ask you guys a simple question. What is your favorite recipe? We have over 600 recipes on our YouTube channel and on the site. So let me ask you, what is your favorite recipe? Now I have to think what mine is. Now, let me get my brain going here. You know what? We post a lot of chicken recipes, and I think one of my favorites has to be many chicken recipes we've done. Now let me check the comments again. Holy smokes, Byron. It looks like you speak a lot of languages. I didn't realize that. Byron here speaks of a multitude of languages. I didn't realize that. And Sab says, my favorite is potato pancakes or potato cakes. Yeah, potatoes are absolutely one of my favorites. Just love them. Suzanne, you say tuna pies? Love them. They were absolutely delicious. Incredible. Yeah, anything with chicken. Yeah, I agree. And Byron's saying, I loved General Tso's chicken. Now, this is a dilemma with me. Is that the way you say it? General Tso's chicken? That's what I've heard anyway, but you guys can let me know. Carrot cake muffins. That was an all-time one of my favorites. Carrot cake muffins or even carrot cake. I love a carrot cake. Just absolutely delicious. Well, thanks. Thanks, JB. Love all your recipes. That's great. Sophia, more cheese. Yes, we definitely have to have more cheese. I love cheese. You know, my favorite cheese is a sharp cheddar. I just love sharp cheddar. That's just that, well, for lack of a better term, it might sound stupid. That sharpness about it is just so good. Nicole, coconut cake without pineapple. That sounds good. Middle Eastern, somebody's mentioning, Bashar's mentioning Middle Eastern food. I love Middle Eastern food. Just the spices and the aroma and the taste of Middle Eastern food is just incredible. I love foods from around the world. They're just absolutely great. Having grown up in Canada, the foods here, or the food here is good, but, you know, somewhat bland. And then having traveled and lived in South Korea for a while, Central America, the Philippines, you learn that world cuisine, and it's just incredible from foods from around the world, and that's why we call our channel, you know, Cook and Share World Cuisines. And it's just great to experience different cultures. Let me read. Nicole loves sharp cheddar too. Well, thanks, Christine. Christine says I explain things pretty good or so well. I try to keep it simple, and actually I grew up, and my previous profession was a teacher, so I had to learn how to keep things simple. So I try to do that for you guys too. So thanks, Christine. Well, Sabs, I'll do my best to help you. I'll see what I can do. I'll try and figure it out. Maybe we can post something. Um, yeah, so it's Christmas time. Love Christmas. It's a very festive time of year. Guys, tell me if you can hear me okay and see me okay. I hope you can do that. Nicole, a dish with rice noodles. Yeah, there are a lot of them out there, but you know when I, excuse me, when I cook dishes with rice noodles, I like to have them. Um, how can I say it? I like to have some bang for my buck. I like to have them nice and spicy, and something that hits the palate. So that's what I try and publish, but it's difficult to do that and keep them as simple as possible. So Nicole, yeah, we'll publish some stuff out there that that probably meets your needs. Oh, Susan, you're funny. Yeah, Christina, very Merry Christmas to you, and we'll keep posting as many recipes as we can, and as simple as we can, and as yummy as we can. And, you know, I want to thank you guys for chiming in here and just letting us know. And let us know if you like the live thing, because, you know, I'll do this once a week if that's what you want, if you want to keep, you know, asking questions and interacting in this way. Wow, Swedish. Fan, you've been watching since 2014? Yeah, very Merry Christmas to you and a very Merry Christmas to your family. Wow, 2014, it's 2017 now, so that's 3 years you've been watching us. Thank you so much. You know, that we really appreciate that. That's great. And Sab says I was born on my birthday. Wow, that's incredible. I think I was too. Hmm. Interesting. Um, 2012, yeah. Merry Christmas to you too. Hey Tracy. Yeah, great. You enjoying the live? Thanks a lot. Hey Nicole, thanks so much. April. Yeah, honey garlic chicken was one of my favorite recipes. It was so good, guys. You got to check that out. Honey garlic is so good. There's a creamy chicken. We have a lot of chicken recipes. Chicken recipes are so simple and so good. And we try to do as many 30-minute recipes. So I know you guys are busy during the week. You come home, you're tired, you know, you don't want to slave over a hot stove. So just, you know, a simple 30-minute recipe, throw it together. The family loves it and it's yummy. So that's what we try to do. Oh, you're off now. Hey, Tracy. Tracy says, yum. And that's what food is all about. Food is about yum. And it should be quick, it should be fast, it should be simple, but it should be yum. And that's, you know, that's the big thing about food. Yeah, I just love food. And I'm sure you guys do too. So I hope you just keep making the recipes. Search back. A video channel progresses, you know what I mean, and we started in 2010 and it's now 2017, so we've been at this 7 years, and you learn things along the way, but it's still, you know, it's still progressive, and everybody is still learning. You guys are learning, we're learning, but you know, we're trying to teach you guys as best we can. So let me look again. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Abs. Yeah, somebody said 30-minute meals are the best, and I talked about that previously, and they are the best. And Byron says Christmas is all about being with family and friends. And it is. That's the essence of Christmas. It's not Santa Claus, it's not other things. It's about being with your family and your friends and sharing that time. And it's too bad every day couldn't be like Christmas, that we could be together and share that experience. It would be so, so great. But, I hope you guys have a really good Christmas. And we're going to try and share the best recipes we conceivably can with you for Christmas. Somebody said need some veggie recipes. Yeah, really. Maybe that's a poll we should share on Cook and Share is, do you think we, as not a society or a nation, but as a global community, do you think we eat too much meat? Do you think we need more veggies? Do you think we need to be healthier? Do you think we need to share more diet recipes? We could do something like that if that's what you as viewers would like. I've thought of that. Like, I want to go on a diet in the new year. We all have these New Year's resolutions, right? We want to lose 20 pounds, we want to lose 30 pounds. We want to quit smoking, we want to quit drinking, we want to do this, and a week later after New Year's it's gone. So, yeah, you tell me if you want me to post more stuff about diets or whatever it might be. We can kind of twist in different directions, post more videos about different things, but, just let me know in this Hangout. So, Byron's asking for no-bake peanut butter cheesecake. Okay, here I go on my different tangent. No-bake recipes. I love them. You can make them in the summer, when it's hot. You don't want your kitchen to heat up. They're so simple. I don't know if you've checked out our no-bake Oreo cheesecake and stuff like that. But, yeah. Byron will definitely look into that. That sounds like something yummy and something like that's a really good idea. So, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Sabs is saying, he's bringing up an interesting comment. He's saying Christmas isn't like it was before. Yeah, no, it's not. I think we've become so commercialized after, I don't know what you guys celebrate, but after Halloween's over with, automatically Christmas starts at the end of October, which to me is totally ridiculous. And so it's actually commercialized before it even begins. I don't know what your opinion is, but I've noticed that for years now. I'm going to shut up because I don't want to really get into that. But yeah, Sabs, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, happy holidays to you too, Tracy. Oh, you want some brownies? Brownies are so, so good. We've made several brownies on the channel. We've made brownie swirls. We've made Nutella brownies. Now, I don't know what your opinion about Nutella is, but, and then we've just made fudgy brownies. We've made all kinds of brownies, but brownies are so good. They're that traditional thing that everybody just seems to love. And so, yeah, we can make some more brownie recipes for sure. JB4 and Dave, come back. Well, I'm back. I'm going to stay here for as long as I can. So, yeah. So, tell me what you guys are doing for Christmas. What you're going to be making, what you're going to be baking. Are My plans for Christmas are probably going to stay at home. You can see the tree behind me here. Yeah, and I'm not a turkey guy. I don't know if you guys are turkey people, or turkey lovers, or turkey eaters, but yeah, I'm just going to stay at home, probably make some chicken, and some dressing. I love dressing, some mashed potatoes, some vegetables, and have a good Christmas dinner, have some people over, and go from there. Now, this is an interesting comment. Susan, you said my neighbor said Christmas is pagan. That's interesting. I've never quite considered that comment before, but huh, interesting. Oh, Sabs, you live in Trinidad. Ah, great. Always wanted to go there. Probably go and visit someday. Yeah. What was I going to say here? I kind of lost my train of thought. So yeah, you guys have given me some really good feedback in terms of what you would like to see, you know, your favorite recipes, and your opinions. I mean, this is a hangout, so you can you know, you can throw anything this way, or you can throw anything at each other. I just love the comment, the concept of hangouts, you know, where you can, well, food hangouts, where you can discuss your favorite foods, what you like to see, what you like to do, you know, your opinions of various foods. So, you know, so just keep throwing these comments at me for a little bit. um, 4288 says, can we come by for dinner? If you're in the area, sure, come on by. We're in Canada, so it's getting cold up here. We've got snow on the ground, probably about 4 or 5 inches, something like that. It was minus 18 the other night, so it's cold. So it's interesting, just, you know, different parts of the world, like I say, different cuisines from different parts of the world. Hey, LD. Thanks, you enjoy the channel. Oh, seafood paella. You know what? I had paella just last night. Still have some in the fridge. Paella is just wonderful. It comes in various forms, but just an incredible form of rice. And I know our form is not traditional, and if you're from Spain, you know, you're going to say, oh, no, 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 no. Well, you know, it's kind of our way of making it, but it's delicious. And I have it at least twice a month. Paella is just superb. Thanks, Susan. You look forward to our recipes? Well, you know, like I say, we plan to make many more, and we're always searching for new recipes. And, you know, actually, guys, what we do is we take recipes and we say, okay, how can we simplify this? How can we make it as simple as possible? And, yeah, more than often we do it. But I said previously, and I'll repeat myself and say it again, feel free to take these fundamental basic recipes and add to them. You know, if we had garlic and ginger, I said this before, add whatever you like to it. And, you know, according to your taste, you know, alter it. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, you take a recipe, you add one thing or change one thing, it becomes your recipe, right? So that's good. That's interesting, Byron. So Byron, you're saying Byron is saying the different dialects, and I've noticed this in different parts of the world. That he's saying that Spain uses one dialect and Mexico uses another form of Spanish. And I suppose Costa Rica does the same thing. I know when I went to Costa Rica, I learned this, tried to learn Spanish from a book. Went down there, they couldn't understand a word I was saying. So yeah, it's the dialectal form of Spanish. That's interesting, Byron. Thanks. And I want to tell you guys, if I mispronounce your names, please forgive me, but it's difficult. Sakura. Ah, thank you so much. Well, keep making the recipes. She's saying Sakura's saying I haven't tried all of them, but all of your recipes, but I'm working on it. And yeah, just keep working. Thanks so much. Sweetie cutie, I love all your recipes. And LD is saying I'm making paella my way, but I'm not Spanish. And yeah, you don't have to be Spanish. You don't have to be, you don't have to be American. You don't have to be European to make the recipe. And sometimes I get a lot of comments that, well, this is not the way it's done. This is not traditional. Well, yeah, I agree. It's not traditional. But everybody can take a recipe, and like I said before, if you change one thing on the recipe, it becomes your recipe. So, pizza doesn't have to be pizza. You know what I mean? It it doesn't have to be traditional Italian pizza. Although I love Italian pizza, but it can be any form of pizza. And any recipe can be any recipe the way you want it to be, and it's entirely up to you. Thank you, Pretty Pink. We love you, Dave. Hey, Byron. Uh, Byron's saying, what's your opinion on mozzarella filled tortellini? Yeah, I love any form of something filled with mozzarella. And to me, it's just that ooey gooey / artery clogging cheese that's incredibly delicious. And you combine that with some garlic. Another one of my favorites is basil. It just becomes out of this world delicious. Something else I want to know from you guys is, and I've said this before, let me know at the end of the video and drop us a comment of what do you think of the live. Do you want me to do this once a week? Do you want me to do this every 2 weeks? Yeah, just let us know. So anyway, as we're talking, maybe I should give you the history on Cook and Share, how this whole thing happened. 2010. We've been on YouTube since 2010. YouTube's a wonderful platform. Started off with a website and thought, okay, what we'll do here is we'll produce a video to accompany the recipe on the website. And it turned out that the YouTube channel kind of took off and it became our primary platform rather than the website. And so it just progressed since there. And now we have, 460,000 subscribers and growing, which is wonderful. And I want to thank you guys for being, part of our community and, a part of our lives, actually. So that's how the whole thing, you kind of fall into stuff, you know what I mean? And it's just been a great, wonderful experience and a great community. And again and again and again, I just want to thank you guys. Who's saying this? Saba says, be my dad. Byron, yeah. Best tip for frying mozzarella sticks. Is up you're asking, Dave, what's your best tip? Yeah. For frying mozzarella sticks, it's, you roll them in whatever you're going to roll them in. I mean, there are various ways of doing it. But I think the best tip is they've got to be frozen and frozen solid. Because in my experience, what's happened is you put them in the oil, and if they're not frozen, that mozzarella just oozes out and it's all over the pan. If it's frozen, it'll remain inside. So Byron, that's what I say is the best tip for doing that. And somebody's asking, have you ever thought of competing with other cooking shows? I don't know. That's a really good question. Have I ever thought of competing? I'm not much of a competitive guy, but you know, it might be an interesting experience. Might be something worth considering. Hey, Evelyn. Evelyn saying, love your recipes. They are so simple. Yeah, and you're so welcome, Evelyn. Just something we love doing. It's a passion of mine and something I just really like doing. So you're so welcome, and thanks so much. Newfoundland. Hey, Daniel. Thanks so much. Have you ever tried Snackin' A? Actually, I don't really know what that is. Maybe you can enlighten me. It's probably a term I don't know. It's probably something I've tried, but a term, you know, I don't really know. Oh, Byron and his jokes. I got to read this one to you guys. Why did the guy at the Pepsi plant get fired? Well, he tested positive for Coke. You know me. If you watch a number of my videos, I tell these corny jokes, and that's a pretty good one. Thanks, Byron. That's actually funny. Rubby Slippers. Hi. Hi, Rubby Slippers. How you doing? Well, you're so welcome because, like I say, people keep saying thanks for giving us easy recipes, and yeah, we try to keep them easy, and I know you guys are busy, and I know everybody lives a busy life, so you know, you're quite welcome. And somebody is asking here, Jimmy, how do you know so many Filipino recipes? I spent 2 years in the Philippines, and I know a lot of Filipino people, and I just love the food. It's simple, it's easy to make, but nevertheless, incredibly yummy. So, I'm not sure where the concept of Filipino recipes came from. I think it came from the concept that you take what you have, whatever dish you have, you use every part of it, and you keep it for the longest period of time without any refrigeration or stuff like that, and that's where the recipes came from. But you make it as yummy as possible, and the dishes are very diverse. And that's why I love Filipino recipes, and that's why I love Asian recipes in general, or even Central American recipes, because of their simplicity, but their yumminess. So, yeah. You know, I love recipes from Asia and around the world. Cody, what is my favorite dish to make? Well, I have a lot of them. But I suppose my favorite dishes, if I had to categorize it, would fall into the either chicken and pork categories. And I suppose vinegar, soy sauce base, so it would have to fall into, here we go back to the Filipino recipes, to the lechons, to the chicken, the soy sauce, the vinegar based, the garlic. So I can't pinpoint a recipe in general that I like. Like, for example, if I were to go Filipino, I'd go lechon pak su or something like that. But I would suppose, you know, any of those recipes with the complex spices, not complex, but various spices, and pork and chicken, that's what I would have to say. Thanks, Cody. Sabs is saying, here's a joke. What two keys can open a door? A monkey and a donkey. Jimmy is saying, thank you for answering. What other countries have you traveled? That's a good question, Jimmy. I've traveled all over Europe. So I've been to Switzerland, Italy, Spain, England, Scotland. I've also been to every country in Central America. Started off in Costa Rica. I haven't been to Panama. Started off in Costa Rica, and I made the effort to walk across every border, or bus across. But buses stop, and you have to walk across, and into Mexico, and into the United States, into Canada, the Philippines, South Korea. Unfortunately, and someday maybe I'll do it. I'm going to go to Africa and places like that. I haven't been there yet. I haven't been to Greece. But, you know, I've seen a lot of the world, and, you know, the world is a wonderful place. But, you know, the cultures, the people may change, well, things may change. It's not the people, but the people are basically the same. So thanks, Jimmy. Good question. Yeah. Thanks, Christine. Christine is asking, when you go out, do you compare food to what you make? And inevitably, I always do. And, you know, thinking, I could have made it differently, I should have made it differently, they should have made it differently. And I'm the biggest critic in the world when I go to a restaurant. And I say, this is terrible, this is good, this is delicious. And if it's delicious, I try to recreate it. If it's terrible, I just write it off. But more often than not, I don't like, I'd say 80% of the time, maybe 70, I don't like the food I have in restaurants. I just think it's cheaply made. They could have had this spice, this spice, this spice. But, I don't know, maybe I'm too fussy. But good question, Christine. Somebody's just showing me a comment here. Which one was it? That's a comment. What else do we have here? Here's Byron. I think this is another joke. Why was the banana running late? He had to make a banana and split. Actually, we have an awesome recipe for banana splits. What do we call it? The ultimate banana split. Yeah, and it was good. There's so many good recipes out there, not only on our channel, but good recipes in general. So I hope you try some. Hey, Angie, hi from Florida. Florida is one of the states, you know, just an incredible state that I have never visited. And I got to go there. I'm thinking about going this winter. whether, because I have a friend who has a trailer park down there, and he said you can stay in our trailer for free. So I might shoot down there sometime this winter, and of course we'll shoot a video for down there. Hike and Mike, excuse me. Hike and Mike made a really good comment. He said, "I find mom and pop restaurants have the best food because it's made from the heart and not the franchise." And you know, you're right. Sometimes these simple, I don't know if what you know about mom and pop restaurants, but they're just family-run restaurants by a couple of people who work vigorously all their lives just to produce good food. And you know, that's right. It's made from the heart. It's not a franchise. They invent these on their own, something like we do on Cook and Share, you know, and make them simple, make them reasonably inexpensive, but still they're really good food. That's a really good comment. So I would encourage you, if you know, if you're eating in a restaurant, to eat in one of these mom and pop restaurants, not a chain. Like, I was talking to somebody today and they said KFC, and I don't want to mention franchises, but I just did, is probably one of the worst places you can conceivably eat in. And that's true. Just go to, I was down in the States and we went into these restaurants with, you know, no chain, just Denny's Diner or whatever it might be, or Ralph's Diner or something like that, and the best fantastic food you could ever meet. So that's a really good comment. Thanks. Somebody, let me see who that was. Okay, Sirius asked, what other Filipino foods can you make? Well, we have adobo, we have chicken packs, or lechon paksiw, we have menudo, we have manok, we have pancit, we have, you know, pineapple, chicken, tons of Filipino recipes. Now, some of them are older, and I wasn't my charismatic self in those recipes, but there's a lot of them there, and there's a lot of dishes from the Philippines that are absolutely fantastic. So thanks, Sirius, for that comment. Do you know Arabic food? I can teach you. Yes, I love Arabian food. It's got that richness, that body, that aroma that's just out of this world. So yeah, if you can send me some recipes, and guys, if you got any recipes that you want to share and you want to send it to us, just send it to, and I'll post this on the site, admin@cookandshare.com. Pretty simple. And I'll have a look at them and put your name on there, and if you got some pics or something like that, just go ahead and post them. Also, if you have pics of food you've made for us or from our site or from our YouTube channel, go ahead and send them to us at, again, admin@cookandshare.com, and we'll go ahead and post them in a recipe we make. We just love this interaction, you know what I mean? So yeah, feel free to do that. Hey, New Zealand! Hi, Sarah. Oh my God, yeah, New Zealand. I've always dreamed about Australia and New Zealand. I had a friend who was a doctor, and he went to Australia and New Zealand, spent some time working there, and he said New Zealand is one of the most beautiful places on the face of the earth. So thanks, Sarah, and I would love to come to New Zealand sometime. So guys, maybe you can tell me, if you like the Hangout thing, what nights is the best night? I know this is a Saturday night, so it's probably not the best night because, you know, everybody's busy doing stuff on the weekends. So what night you think would be best for a hangout? I'm kind of thinking maybe a Wednesday night, but I don't know. You can let me know what you think is the best night for a hangout. And maybe some stuff you'd like to talk about. Or maybe we would do a recipe live. Maybe I could tell you what's involved in doing a recipe on film. Sometimes it's difficult. You know, it comes out, it seems really simple when you look at it. But actually, as you're doing it, it's a little more complicated than you think. Hey, Mike. How you doing? Oh, from London. London is a wonderful city. A few years ago, like when I did my European tour, I spent some time there, and it was just incredible. Just loved it there. Just looking at another comment here. Ah, Algerian food. Yeah, Algerian food is incredibly delicious. Oh, London, Ontario. You know, when I was a kid, I lived in London. It's a great city, and been there several times. Just, you know, I just love London. Yeah. I'm just looking at another comment here. What did I cook for dinner tonight? I had something called sopa, which is kind of a chicken noodle soup, and paella. And like I said before, I think I said this a while back, that I usually have this a couple of times a month. So, yeah, sopa is or chicken noodle. It's not really a chicken noodle soup, it's a variation of it. And that's what I love about cooking, because you can do several variations of anything. But this was so incredibly good and so yummy. So that's what I had for dinner tonight, just kind of soup, and then I made I don't know, kind of a ham sandwich with it. Half a ham sandwich, put it on the side. Yeah, so that's what I had for dinner. Let's look at a few more comments here. No, Mike, you didn't miss the live stream. We're still live streaming for another few minutes. Like I say, this is an experiment, but I'm enjoying it. So it's kind of fun. Oh, sauce and meatballs. Linda, you're looking for a sauce and meatball recipe? We have a few of them. We have a few meatball recipes. We have some spaghetti and meatballs. But a sauce and meatball, maybe you can clarify what kind of sauce you're really looking for. Like, is it like a tomato sauce, a pasta sauce? Is that what you're looking for? Not too sure, but meatballs are just, there's so many variations of them, and they are so, so good. As a matter of fact, we just released, not so long ago, a few days back, a stuffed meatball recipe. So what you do is you take our hamburger or hamburger mixture, and it's just a combination of spices and ground beef. Then you kind of put a hole in it, kind of flatten it out, put some mozzarella, or whatever cheese of your choice, in the middle, roll it up and bake it, and it just comes out incredible. And you can use this for various applications. You could use it for, you know, with a pasta or a sauce, whatever you like. You could eat them plain, you could eat them mashed, and it was really, really good. So if you get a chance, go back and look up those stuffed meatballs, and they are so good. Oh, from Kuwait. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, just check out our channel. I want to do more Middle Eastern recipes because they are really, really good and so delicious and spicy. I'm just checking out a comment here. Byron, what's my opinion on Italian food? I love Italian food. Um, I don't always make it traditional, and sometimes I get myself into trouble for doing that. But I just love Italian food. Anything around that Mediterranean is just produces fantastic food. And you know what? It's healthy. It's the great thing about it. So yeah, that's my opinion, Byron. Just out of this world. What? And somebody is asking, who is this? Oh, Absolute Blue is asking, what am I making for Christmas dinner? I think I said this earlier, but I'm going to repeat myself. I'm not a turkey lover because I don't have a big family, so it just kind of goes to waste. I know there are various other things you can do with leftover turkey, but I'm going to make a nice chicken and some dressing, meaning stuffing, probably some mashed and some veggies and a dessert for Christmas dinner. So that's going to be my Christmas dinner. You know, there are a lot of traditional things. I don't know what you guys and who celebrates Christmas, but what you do around the world. In North America, it's a tradition to make turkey and ham and, you know, apple pie or pumpkin pie or stuff like that. But, you know, you can vary from that tradition, of course. Yeah, and he was saying the same thing. Chicken and dessert are good enough, yeah. Maybe you guys can let us know, like, from around the world, if you celebrate Christmas, or whatever you celebrate, you know, what is your food? What you would like to see us publish in terms of tradition, and holidays or festivities, whatever it might be, something like that. So, yeah, yeah. And even New Year's. I mean, like, I know New Year's is celebrated different ways in different cultures, and different people eat different things, and that's what, you know, our site is about, is world cuisines. So, you know, just give us a shout and let us know. Here, guys, I just want to show you something here. We just made something the other day. And this is kind of a rainbow cake, or a rainbow jello. Sorry about that, not a rainbow cake. You can see it's wiggly and jiggly, incredibly delicious. But doesn't this look pretty? And I think in different places it's called different things, but in the Philippines it's called cathedral window. Yeah. And it does look like a church cathedral window, because you know how you got all those various colors and stuff like that. So check it out. We're going to publish this next week, and it's going to be incredibly delicious. Well, not going to be. It is. Let me check out a few more comments here. Well, thanks. Thanks there, Absolute Blue. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you enjoy our recipes. Where am I located? Well, I'm in Canada, about 2 hours east of Toronto, just outside of a city called Belleville. And it's cold here now. It was snowing. And like I said before, we've got about this much snow on the ground. And I don't want to pick up my iPad right now, but we've got all winter decorations outside and stuff like that. And maybe if you guys want, in a future live video, we can do like a tour of stuff, or a tour of the house and tour of outside. Live right by the river. We have all kinds of geese on the river. Eddie the dog is in here. I don't know, he's sleeping right now, but so that's where I'm located, is in the country, but yet in the city. Oh yeah, Jello mold. Yeah, yeah. Um, it's kind of like it is a Jello mold, really. And what you do is you take some evaporated milk, some condensed milk, some water, and you kind of mix it together. You make 4 different kinds of Jello. You know, cube them up, put them into the and then milk, I should say, in the mixture, and then put the Jello in, put it in the fridge, and let it set. And then you take it out, and it comes out into this incredibly aesthetically wonderful tasting mold, and it is the Jello mold. Yeah, yeah. Yes, for sure, Absolute Blue. You should make this for Christmas. Hey, cool bro. I love your cooking videos. Thank you so much. We'll just keep making more and just keep giving us more feedback of what you think and what you would like to see and stuff like that. I'm just checking on comments here. Pandan, what is this? Oh, pandan coconut buco salad. Yeah, yeah. Um, it's hard to get pandan leaves here in Canada. There's some things that we kind of hesitate making because it's very difficult to get the ingredients in other parts of the world. Stuff we can make in Canada, it's hard to get in the Philippines or Thailand or wherever, you know. Stuff you can make in the Philippines and Thailand, it's difficult to get in Canada. So we try to keep our recipes conceivably as neutral as we can, but try to make them as international as possible, which makes a very difficult balance to try and do. Because I know if you're in Canada, and sometimes even in parts of Asia like Korea, you've got to go to like an Asian store, and they're fairly abundant in Korea and in parts of Asia like that, but they're not that common here in Canada and even the U.S. So to try and meet that middle ground and develop recipes that are yummy, international, it's hard. You know what I mean. So that's what we try and do. Well, thank you, Edith. Edith says you're great. Thanks. Oh, Costa Rica. I love Costa Rica. Let's see who. Yeah, you know, like I said, I think I've said this before, but I lived a year in Costa Rica, and just a wonderful place. All along Central America, it's very narrow, so you've got the Pacific on one side, the Atlantic on the other, but and then you've got this mountain range in the middle, just an incredible place to live, an incredible place to be and experience. So those of you around the area, you know, if you're in South America or North America, I would encourage you to visit Costa Rica. Wonderful food, wonderful people, just a great time. Thank you. What was my first recipe? Oh, let me see. My first recipe what was my first recipe? It was definitely a Filipino recipe. But I can't remember what it was, but it was a fairly... Here, let me show you my buddy here. That's Eddie. Ed. It was a fairly primitive recipe, and it was a fairly primitive video. I think it was mung beans, Yeah, something like that. That was my first recipe, and I was living in this little apartment in South Korea, and that's where I filmed. And if you want to go back, check out the channel and go way back in the videos to page, I don't know whether it's 19 or something like that. And yeah, you'll see them, and you'll see how it's interesting to watch how the videos have progressed over time. Everybody's saying he's a cute dog, he's a beautiful dog. Yeah, he's a cutie. He's a cutie, and I love him. Say hi to all the people out there. Hi, people. Yeah, he's a good dog. Now he's staring at the iPad here. Oh, because there's a snack on there. Eddie's going to get the snack. He just got it. Hi, April. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to we got one more recipe coming out, and then we're going to do some New Year's recipes. And maybe you guys can let us know what you'd really like for New Year's, what kind of recipes you'd like. Because I know New Year's is quite a holiday. Thanks. Thanks. Eddie is a cutie. LOL. Yeah, he is a cutie. He's a good dog. He can be a brat sometimes, but he's a pretty good dog. Oh, somebody's saying they're in Montreal. So yeah, we're practically neighbors. Montreal is, let's see, Ottawa's about 2.5 hours. Yeah, so you're about 4 hours away, aren't you? That's not all that far. Was to Montreal, I say, about a year ago. There's a big church there. I forget the name of it, but it was visited that, and it was way up on the hill or something like that. Maybe you can enlighten me the name of the church, but yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was good. So, do you have any more questions about cooking or cook and share, anything like that? Are you enjoying this live? Maybe you can drop me a couple of comments about that. And what do you usually, here's kind of a poll, what do you usually eat for New Year's Eve? New Year's Eve. Not New Year's Day, New Year's Eve. When we're all celebrating and having a few drinks and whatever. Is it pasta, chicken, pork, beef, or what's your dessert? So maybe you can drop us a line and let us know about that. New Year's Eve. Me. I like just kind of a snack. I don't like anything big or heavy. I know people usually have a lot of turkey and stuff like that for New Year's Eve, but I don't tend to do that. I like to have a few drinks. I like to have, some snacks. Maybe just, some muffins or some finger foods and stuff like that. So maybe you can let me know about that. Let's check it out here. Somebody wants desserts using puff pastry. Puff pastry, yes, yes, yes. I love puff pastry. It's just got this texture that's just incredible. So yeah, we'll post more of those in the new year for sure. Absolutely. Ah, thanks, Denise. Enjoy you live. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's kind of great interacting with you guys. It's the live thing is just totally different from, you drop a comment on the YouTube channel and I answer it, but it's far more interactive being live. So I think we'll probably go for this once a week. I'm not sure, like I said before, whether Saturday night is the best night to do it. But, you know, if we go midweek or something like that, or I don't know, maybe Saturday night is a good night. Who knows, you know. But you guys let me know. Eddie's being a brat over there. Let's look at a couple more comments. Do you want to build a snowman? Sure, I love building snowmans. No matter how old you get, snowmans are the best, right? Unfortunately, other parts of the world you can't build a snowman. You know, some places you got to build a sandman or a grass man. But you know, if you're in a certain parallel, well, of course you can build a snowman. Yeah, and I love building snowmen ever since I was a kid. It's interesting because I was talking to somebody the other day, and in Canada, which is a relatively cold country, and the further north you get, it gets colder. It is, the first snowfall is wonderful. It's exciting. You know, it's Christmas time, snow, and then January and February you think, oh my goodness, I'm tired of snow. And then you're looking forward to spring. But, you know, something I love is the 4 seasons, the changing of seasons. You got your fall, winter, spring, and summer, which is a good experience. In some parts of the world they don't have that. So, yeah, back to snowman. Yeah, I love snowman. More Middle Eastern recipes? Yeah, they're coming your way, that's for sure. What countries do you want to travel? Thailand is one I want to travel. Africa is one I want to travel. The countries I have not been in, Russia is another one I want to travel. I guess my bucket list, for lack of a better term, would be to see the entire world, the Caribbean, or the Caribbean, whatever you want to call it. I would love to see that too. So it's just a matter of getting enough money, right, to travel those countries. But I guess it would be great to go to those countries, eat in restaurants, even cook with those people, and publish videos from those countries. Something like Anthony Bourdain does, right? that would kind of be my goal. So I've seen Europe. I would love to go back there. I've seen Central America. Love to go back. The Philippines. Love to go back. But you get touring, right? I've seen these countries. I would love to go back, but they're countries I haven't seen, places I haven't experienced, that I would love to go back to, or love to go to. And so, you know, it's kind of a feast or famine type of thing. And, you know, but I would really love to see the countries and the places I've never seen, and meet the people I've never met, experience the cultures I've never experienced. So I hope that's an answer to your question. Okay, Denise is asking, have you ever visited Texas? Yes, briefly. When I went to Central America, I crossed the border I stayed in Juarez, Mexico, crossed the border into El Paso, and took a Greyhound through Texas. But I had never had the opportunity to actually physically spend some time in the great state of Texas. Would have loved to. But time and money just didn't warrant it. But I would love to do that. I'd love to shoot some videos in Texas. Who helps you with your videos? Yeah, that's a very good question. I have a cameraman here and an editor that shoots my videos and edits my videos and, you know, brainstorms with me. So, you know, we kind of do that. but it's kind of a two-person operation. I would love to bring more people in, but money doesn't warrant it at this time anyway. But maybe, you know, eventually it will. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah, Tuna Pies has somebody, who was it? Oh, Absolute Blue. Tuna Pies has a lot of views. Not sure how that happened, but it did. It's a very popular recipe, and if you look at Oreo cheesecake, you know, it's got 7 million views. Not sure how that happens. It's something in the algorithms of YouTube, I guess. I don't know what they do, but I'm happy for it. So yeah, and it's a good recipe. It's extremely yummy. You think tuna pies? Well, it's good. They're really good. So I encourage you to give it a try. I'm just looking at another comment here. Oh, somebody's asking, what do you think about Peru? I have never visited South America, and I would love, that's another country I would love to visit, because you've kind of got that opposite of North America, because you get down there south, and you get into the same climate in the southern part of South America. And I would love to see Peru, I would love to see Ecuador, I would love to see Brazil. Just haven't made it that far yet, but that's good question. That's another continent, or part of the continent, I would love to visit. Yeah, you're right that Oreo cheesecake has the most views. And you know, that recipe was actually shot in the Philippines. And it's interesting because it's so hot there. You know, it's like Central America. It's just close to the equator. And yeah, I don't know how that recipe became so popular, but believe me, it's an incredibly delicious recipe. I enjoyed it, and a lot of people that I've served it to have enjoyed it too. So I encourage you to check out that recipe. But you know, I'd encourage you to check out other recipes too. But there are other recipes that are not as popular, but equally delicious. So yeah, give them a check out. Another question here. Never Talk. Who was the first to encourage you to share recipes and have a cooking channel? I was in Korea, and there was a Filipino community there, and they said, well, if you're going to cook some recipes, cook some Filipino recipes. Here's what you should cook: this, 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 and this. So I said, okay, I'll look it up, and they gave me some recipes. And so I cooked them. And it's actually a community called Haewa in Korea, and it's just Korea. You know how in Toronto and New York you have your Chinatown and all that. Well, this was kind of a Filipino town in South Korea, in Seoul. And so they gave me the recipe, and I started to cook them. And I thought, well, you know, if I'm cooking them, why don't I write the recipe, start a website? So I started the website and blah, 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 clicked on all the ingredients and the method, and I thought, well, if I'm doing that, why don't I put up a YouTube channel? So I put up the YouTube channel, and like I said before earlier in this Hangout, that it developed, it just grew and grew and grew, and now we have 460,000 people, or subscribers, and it's still growing. So that's what happened there. Yeah, so I think, guys, we're going to kind of end this pretty soon. It's been a long time. How long have we been on here? Well, the reason is because I got a bad connection and my iPad is dying. It's only at 11%. Let's see, is there any more? Oops. So, but you can continue to put comments below. Let us know what you think, or let me know what you think. And what day you would like to see the Hangouts. And it's been great hanging out with you. And somebody's saying, who's saying? Oh, have a good night. And you guys, have a great night too. Keep watching the channel. Keep cooking the recipes. And keep letting us know what you think. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.